Welcome back to Marty Time. In this episode, we'll be taking a look at Chez HQ, released by Taito. This game has been ported to many different home consoles in the 8-bit and 16-bit eras, but this one's very special, being a 32-bit console. Let's see how it looks.
Taito released Chez HQ to arcades in 1988. While the game resembles Sega's seminal checkpoint arcade racer Outrun, Chez HQ is actually Taito's second attempt at the genre. The previous year, Taito released Full Throttle, or Top Speed as it was called in the West. While that game follows the Outrun formula, Chez HQ improves upon it. Rather than just racing from checkpoint to checkpoint, you are a police officer in pursuit of an escaping criminal. As Tony Gibson, an undercover agent of Chez Special Investigation Department, you and your partner Raymond Brody chase down murderers, armed robbers, drug dealers, kidnappers, and Soviet spies. Sporting pastel suits reminiscent of the popular TV show Miami Vice, these relentless high-octane agents pursue only the most dangerous criminals in their custom black Porsche 911. Receiving instructions from a radio police scanner with a video screen, the agents learn about each case from Nancy at Chez headquarters. The arcade game features an impressive amount of voice samples from both Nancy describing your targets and Raymond remarking about your driving skills. Tony also tells the criminals what crime they are under arrest for while slapping on the cuffs as Raymond holds them at gunpoint. The major innovation that Chez HQ offers to the checkpoint racer formula is that you must smash your car into the criminal's vehicle to stop them from getting away. Each stage begins with you having 60 seconds to catch up with your opponent. Diverging paths either slow or speed up your pursuit. Like Outrun and similar games, you must avoid traffic, but Chez HQ also includes obstacles such as boxes in the road. Hitting an innocent motorist or obstacle slows you down greatly, but you are given 3 turbo boosts to help you catch up with the criminal. If you fail to reach your opponent before time runs out, then you must insert another token to continue the game. Catching up with the perpetrator in time resets your clock to 60 seconds. The screen displays your opponent's life bar, which you must deplete by sideswiping and rear-ending your enemy's car while dodging other motorists and road obstacles. Many magazines of the time praised Chez HQ for adding action to the checkpoint racer genre. Advanced Computer Entertainment praised the game for its mixture of driving and vehicular violence, while Computer and Video Games magazine saluted Chez HQ for adding excitement beyond passing course times. Success in the arcades produced a large number of ports to home computers such as the ZX Spectrum, Commodore 64, and Sharp X68000. In Japan, the Nintendo Famicom received a poor port the next year. The game suffers from a significant graphical downgrade and less than impressive controls. I found it to be inferior to similar games on the system like Nintendo's own checkpoint racer, Rad Racer. The only impressive feature is that a brief sample of Nancy's voice can be heard in the game, not a common occurrence on 8-bit game consoles. The next year, the Sega Master System received a port of the game without the voice sample and with slightly superior graphics to the earlier Famicom port. I personally prefer the color palette of the Sega Master System to the Nintendo Entertainment System. The Sega Master System port of Chez HQ runs smoother and introduces a shop to buy power-ups like extra turbo boosts. That same year, the NEC TurboGrafx 16 also got a port of the game that sported much improved visuals and controls thanks to the system's 16-bit hardware. The game features a brief sample of Nancy's voice, albeit clearer than the Famicom.
This is Nancy at Chez headquarters. We've got an emergency here.
With good controls and impressive graphics, the TurboGrafx 16 port easily beats the earlier Nintendo and Sega offerings. Yet we are here to talk about the best port of Taito's Chez HQ, which goes hands down to the FM Towns. Ported to the FM Towns computer in 1991 by Ving Company, Chez HQ shines on the FM Towns as the most faithful recreation of the game. The 32-bit hardware and CD quality sound best replicate the arcade experience compared to all previous home ports. Many of the voice samples from the arcade are present, along with all of the music and sound effects. Graphically, the game is quite close to the arcade, with the characters, game sprites, and backgrounds almost mirroring the original game. The FM Towns port features 2 display modes, a sound test that includes the entire soundtrack, and the option to use an analog controller or digital controller. Your car moves very smoothly with digital controls on the FM Towns Marty gamepad. Each of the two face buttons are used to accelerate and brake. Pressing down switches gears, which is mandatory to reach top speed. Oddly enough, the turbo boost is mapped to the run button. This makes for unnatural hand postures and fumbling to use the turbo boost. The game seems to acknowledge this mistake by giving the player 5 turbo boosts per stage, as opposed to the original 3 turbo boosts. Unlike the arcade original, you are given 65 seconds to catch up with your opponent, and 65 seconds to take out their vehicle. If you fail to catch the criminal before time runs out, then it's game over. You're taken to a scoreboard. If you beat a score, then you get the chance to enter your initials before returning to the main menu. Selecting Continue allows you to restart the stage. While the FM Towns port is graphically superior to other previous ports, the stages of the FM Towns version are less varied than the arcade original. For instance, the second stage of the arcade game begins with a helicopter chasing your car. This is absent in the FM Towns port, as well as a tunnel and various background elements. Raymond Brody does not comment on your driving in this port. Tony Gibson does not describe the charges against the criminal while cuffing him. Despite these limitations, the FM Towns port stands out among all other home ports as the most complete port of the arcade original. If you enjoyed this video, then please like, share, comment, and subscribe to McGeeTV for more great video content. Evan and I put out videos weekly. Please check us out at www.McGeeTV.com, on Facebook at McGee Television, on Instagram and Twitter at McGee_TV, and myself at McGee_TV on Twitch, and Evan at XXScissorp, XX Gaming on Twitch and Twitter. Get your McGeeTV shirt and mug at www.cafepress.com/McGeeTV. Thanks for tuning in.